Hello, everybody. Happy Friday.
Hello. Oh, crumb. I just made the. I'm sorry, folks. I can't see anything. I'm trying to get the chat working.
So I'll say a quick few hellos while you look for your chat. We had Fish from Fever in the chat. Danikin was in the chat. William Pridemore. Mike's Aquatics and Things. John Cox. Amy was in the chat. Mismatched Socks is in the chat. Hello, everybody. Happy Halloween Eve. Ed is apparently going to be getting dressed the entire stream.
Yes, and this is something I've never really done before. I'm going to be doing a lot of makeup stuff, and I want to make it look good. And so we'll see if I can do it. But check these out. I bought these when I was getting the makeup.
Fancy.
Oh, man. There's like wax that you're supposed to stick or guess into it or something.
Yeah, probably so it doesn't hurt your gums.
I would have preferred it to like snap onto my teeth somehow.
Well, you can.
Man, I should have been a werewolf.
You could have gotten. That's what I thought you were going to be. You could have gotten some denture glue to put on them.
Yeah. Ah!
Uh-oh.
I just dropped it on the fish floor.
Fangs down. Repeat, fangs down.
Okay, well, fangs aren't part of my costume this year.
Okay.
I'll put stuff on, and as we go, we'll see if anybody can guess.
Oh.
I bought this makeup. This is for tomorrow's makeup with James. This is for tomorrow's makeup with James. I'm going to do two different things this year. Is this black? Oh, no.
Oh, no, he doesn't have his glasses.
I have my glasses. Yes, this is just black. You'd think you don't really need glasses for color.
You would hope.
Okay, so there's like a red and a gold or something.
Okay.
And a silver.
Now, is the black part of it as well?
Yeah.
Okay. You know,
I probably should have had something to put this stuff on to dab it out. You know, like I can't think of what they're called. Like
a plate or something?
A palette. A paint palette.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't think of the word either.
Let me grab some junk. I'll be right back.
All right, Ed'll be right back, everybody. Hello. So for those that don't know, Ed and I this week actually had a plan. We're going to rate our top 10 Halloween season movies. Ed gave me a list of about 20 movies, even though we said a top 10. So at the end of everything,
so hard.
I know. So at the end of everything, I've got Ed's extra 10 that will just breeze through.
Is James still here?
I don't know. James, are you still here?
I hope you don't get mad at me, but I'm going to cut one of these up for makeup.
Is that a sponge from James?
Oh, paper towels. Where are my paper towels?
Was that
Cat threw up yesterday. Oh, I see them. They're up on the shelf. I have to keep them high because baby cat uses them to...
Yeah, that would make sense. Hello, Kev's Aquatics. How is it going today? I'm sure you can all guess what I'm dressed up as if you've ever seen an episode of Pokemon before. It went over quite big with the kids at school. One of the kids
Are you the mother of dragons?
One of the kids asked if my Pikachu was real. Another one asked if the Pokemon in my Pokeballs were real. I just told them they were sleeping.
How does this work?
Thank you, Kev's Aquatics. I am Ash. Or the twerp, James H. That works as well. Welcome. Okay, Ed has a dragon. Or is it a gargoyle?
It's a dragon.
It's a dragon. Okay.
Let's see what it looks like. Wow, it's working pretty good.
Cool. Now we each have a buddy on our shoulder.
Yeah, look at mine. My tail moves.
Mine doesn't move.
Okay, I got to take mine off. Oh, that's not part of my costume either. I just found it at Walmart.
Oh. For a second there, I was going to guess you were like Notre Dame Cathedral or something, and you were just going to put dragons on your shoulders as gargoyles.
Wow, that's a neat idea. There's my scissors. So, let's just get right into it, dude.
Let's just get right into this? Alrighty. All right.
How was your day?
My day was good. It was good. Oh, you meant just talking. Okay.
No, I meant the real deal.
Oh, okay. My day was good. I was perfect. I took the last hour to make an actual thing this time instead of just winging it like we did when we did our Harry Potter ranking. Hey, Kenny Edward. So, we're doing our top 10 Halloween movies. I will say that I did not see Ed's list until mine was done. We only repeated one movie, and we did not put it in the same spot.
And I put 20 movies down.
Well, if we include your extended list, then yes, we copied a couple more. But our top 10s, we only copied one movie.
My extended list is more like honorable mentions.
Okay, well, we do have a dedicated honorable mentions as well, so things that didn't make our top 10 are in there. My movies are like a nice mix of like horror films, suspense films, and then like just movies that are on during Halloween that I love to watch. Ed's list is, what's your list like, Ed?
Mine is the best scary movies of all time. They will make you jump or think about things afterwards. All these movies either made me think a lot afterwards, or they just freaking creeped me out. So, are you going to start at 10 or 20 or what? Start at 10 and then we'll get the one, and then if we have time, we'll go back through.
Well, yeah, we'll start at our number 10s, and then we'll go through them, and then when we're all done, we got your extended list we can talk about, because I think I've seen or heard or seen at least trailers of every movie on your 20. So
nice.
So I'm gonna would you like to start with your number 10, Ed?
You know what? I don't know where my phone is. Can you tell me what it is, and then I'm sorry. I've been like See, I was a little late because I realized I sat down and I was wearing blue jeans. And I had to be wearing black jeans.
Okay.
And so then I ran to my laundry room looking for my black jeans, and I'm like, I haven't worn hardly any jeans all summer, so it's still my arm off.
All right, here's what we'll do. Hello, Rico-san, or Stan. Here's what we're going to do. I will read Ed's movie and my movie for the number slot, and then we'll talk about them a little bit and fill you guys in. So, Ed's number 10 movie is the 1982 film Poltergeist.
Yes.
My top.
Okay. Well,
my number 10 film is my third favorite Halloween Town, which also coincidentally is the third Halloween Town. It's Halloween Town 3, Halloween Town High.
I have never heard of Halloween Town.
Oh, it's a Disney Channel original.
Oh, okay.
We're starting out slow with mine and building up.
Well, mine was a childhood movie. I think I saw that. What year did that come out? 84?
You said 82.
Okay, I saw that then when I was like 8 years old, and it changed my life, Poltergeist, on eating rice.
Okay. Now, I don't think I've ever seen the actual movie Poltergeist. If I have, I've seen snippets, but I have seen the Family Guy episode where they pretty much rip off the entire Poltergeist movie.
That sounds awesome.
Hey, Scott's Aquatics. So I will say from the Family Guy adaptation of it, it looks interesting. Is that the one where the kid gets sucked in the TV?
No, but there's somehow the demon comes from the TV.
Oh, okay. Well, then they changed it a little bit for Family Guy.
The kid gets sucked into a tree.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
man, I hope these paints aren't all really nasty and old. This one's all drippy.
Yeah, maybe we have to shake them up or mix them inside the tube. So mine is Halloween Town High, which is the third Halloween Town film. They made 4. The fourth one's crap. Don't watch the fourth one because you'll hate yourself. So if you haven't seen the first 2, basically there's a separate reality or a separate world for just all like the monsters and the witches and all that stuff where they live. And on Halloween, they can cross over between their world and the mortal world, which is our world. And then in the second movie, they find a way to keep that portal open 24/7, 365. So when we get to the third film, they're trying to bridge the gap between, that world and ours. So they do like an exchange program where like a bunch of monsters and stuff come over to our world and go to high school. And then a whole bunch of chaos ensues. And that's all I'm going to say. Also, hello, Pam. I hope you're doing well this fine, early, late afternoon.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. Is that where those dolls, those haunted high school high dolls come from?
I don't think so. All I know is it has Debbie Reynolds in it, so it's got to be a good movie.
Who's that?
She was in Singing in the Rain.
Okay. What's
Carrie Fisher's mother?
Oh.
Singing in the Rain is one of the old black and whites.
With, I'm singing in the rain.
Yeah.
I'm singing in the rain.
Yeah, I believe it was a Paramount
wonderful morning. I'm singing in the rain.
All right, moving. Like yeah, pretty close.
I saw that like when I was a child.
That's one of my favorite movies.
So check it out. The red is already almost gone.
Nice. Is it like a bronzy brown?
Yeah. I wish it wasn't so drippy. I'm going to use the whole thing on my beard.
Pam is mad at you for questioning who Debbie Reynolds is.
Well, if she would have changed her name to Fisher.
Well, I think Fisher was
she should have been Natalie Portman.
All right, moving right along. Ed's number 9 film came out in 2004. It is Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, I think this kicked off the zombie craze. I mean, it's a remake, but it was wonderful. And really, after that, then everybody was like leaving vampires and doing the zombie thing.
I was going to say, wasn't Dawn of the Dead an old black and white at one point?
Yeah, I think it came out. Well, I don't think it was black and white.
Or was it that something? Maybe it was called something else.
It was like in the 70s, but it's pretty horrible.
Hello, all in tanks. My number 9 film is Edward Scissorhands.
Never saw it.
You've never seen Edward Scissorhands?
No.
It's
Johnny Depp, though.
It's a young Johnny Depp. Basically, I don't know what. I think I had spent a while since I've seen it, but from what I remember, the kid was created or something, and he doesn't have hands. He only has scissors. So it's very hard for him to do anything. But the old man made him hands or something. But the old man died before he could give him the hands. And then he ends up living with a family. He opens up like a beauty parlor and cuts hair. And then he falls in love with the daughter. Gets arrested for robbing a safe and ends up back at the mansion where he grew up. Also, hello, Bob. It's good to see you. Kaler's Aquatics in the chat. Everyone was worried about you yesterday. Glad to see you back on the YouTubes. Also, hello, all in tanks. But yeah, it's a nice little movie.
Well, I think it kind of kicked off the goth movement. So it's kind of like my movie kicked off zombies, but that was like a huge goth movie. One of the first. It was.
I mean, I think it also kicked off Johnny Depp's career. Because after that, he was in like everything.
No, 21 Jump Street did that.
Oh, I've never seen 21 Jump Street.
Oh, it was this TV show.
Oh.
For years on Fox. It was one of the Fox's original shows. They had like that and Living Color. the show that The Simpsons came from, what was her name? It was named after the British actress that did the show. Oh, well.
I couldn't help you. I didn't see either one of those other shows you mentioned. I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons because my mother thought I would turn into a brat like Bart.
Oh, my God.
Alrighty.
I like it. Look, it almost looks like I'm 30 years younger.
What a wonder a little color will do.
It is. Well, it's normally color, just not the right color.
All right. So number 8 on Ed's list. Oh, I love this movie. Came out in 2002. It's the original Resident Evil.
Oh, I love that movie. It's one of my favorite movies.
My number 8 is called Clown or The Clown. You can search it either way and it'll come up.
Well, your movies just sound terrible.
So my movie is there's this clown suit, but if you put the clown suit on, it's actually living skin from a monster. And you slowly turn into a child-eating, serial-killing clown. And the dad puts it on for his kid's birthday party because the clown he hired can't do it.
Were you homeschooled?
No.
Sounds like you were pretty sheltered when it comes to scary movies.
I told you, my list ramps up.
Oh, man. Okay. Mine is like a list for normal human.
Mine is a mix of kids' movies and weird, fucked up movies.
Oh, you weren't supposed to say that on prime time or daytime.
My channel is 18 and up, not for children. Bob would like to know if you are smearing pumpkin innards on your face.
No. I would hold it up, but the bottle is dripping. So I bought like some old stuff. What do you think?
You making mutton chops there?
It connects to the beard.
I honestly don't know what mutton chops are. I was just...
That's close. If I didn't have the goatee.
Oh.
Buddy.
Alrighty. So it's like I said, our lists are very different. All right. Oh, that's right. You changed your number 7. Ed's number 7.
And my original number 7 was one that really made me think a lot, and it really creeped me out because I would think about it.
Oh, Scott, that's a good guess. Scott said, I think Ed is going to be Heat Miser.
Who's Heat Miser?
He's from The Year Without a Santa Claus. It was an old still animation movie. Heat Miser and Snow Miser. No.
I'm sorry.
Now who lived the sheltered life, Ed?
I know. I'm Mr. I go to movies all the time. Heat Miser.
I will show with you a picture. There's a picture of Heat Miser.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, no. He doesn't have a goatee or a beard.
True.
But those guys were creepy. Those are some creepy. Those would have been better horror movies than what you've been saying.
I said these were Halloween movies. I didn't specifically say horror movies.
Oh, I thought we were supposed to be going scary.
I mean, some of yours aren't really scary. They're more suspenseful.
I tried to keep the suspenseful ones out.
Okay.
I wanted ones that made you jump.
Alrighty. Let's see. Rico says he wants to pay him for some water lettuce. He talked to you about that last night, apparently.
Oh, yes. I've been so busy today. Did you know they sell dry ice at the local grocery stores?
I did not. Ours don't here.
I bet they do. Ask. I looked all over for dry ice, and it turns out they're just at every grocery store. And then I go there, and they're like, Everybody's in our dry ice today.
Well, it's Halloween. It's easy fog.
Yeah. My costume requires dry ice.
Oh. I mean, I have an idea. I just don't want to say anything. I'm going to let the chat guess.
That's
All
cool.
right. Okay, moving right along. So Ed's new number 7 came out in 2005. It's a movie I don't think I've ever heard of. It's called White Noise.
Oh my God, that was a freaky movie. It's by Michael Keenan's in it.
Okay.
Do you know who he is?
Yeah, I know who he is.
He was the first movie Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, I don't want this color. Ah! Just dropped it. Not going down for it.
Alrighty. My number 7.
Look, this one has a metal thing on it.
Well, did your other one not?
I was using used makeup.
You might have been. Well, if you start to itch, just wipe it off.
This side's lower.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
So my number 7 is I believe it's a Netflix movie, though it could have been not a Netflix movie. I don't know. I just saw it on Netflix. It's called Hush. Now, this one is kind of strange. It is more of a slasher-ish film. So the main character is a deaf author who lives in the middle of the woods, and as far as I remember, only has like one neighbor. And the neighbor comes running over, banging on the door, but of course the woman's deaf, so she can't hear her. And then the next thing you know, an arrow goes through the neighbor and she's dead. So then the whole movie, the serial killer's just taunting this deaf woman, trying to kill her. And he's trying to figure out, why can't she hear me? And then she tries to get away. It's a pretty good movie. I suggest watching it when you're home alone and no one else is there, because it makes it even more creepy. And you'll pretty much probably lock all your doors.
That sounds creepy.
Have you seen Hush, All in Tanks, since you said it's disturbing? It is kind of disturbing, but it's a good one to put on there. Some that everybody might not have seen. One of my buddies was going to be home alone because his folks was out of town. I was like, you should watch Hush. And he never forgave me. Ed or Bob says that somebody at work recommended he watch White Noise, and he never ate lunch with her again.
So he saw it?
He must have.
Freaky movie. It's horrible. You can never listen to I'm paranoid to change the radio channels.
Oh,
Here's a fun fact about me and makeup.
Mm-hmm.
When I was learning to paint people, I couldn't do women. Every time I tried to paint a woman, she either looked like a prostitute or a vampire. Women are crazy talented when it comes to makeup. I don't get it.
So are drag queens.
Well, yeah. They're professionals, too.
That is true.
I didn't mean to diss any...
I'm sure we have a large drag queen community that watches this, Ed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's probably some guys that...
It's true. I can think of a couple off the top of my head.
I used to live next door to a guy that had a ton of money, and he was a hairdresser for women. And I think they just loved going to him. He was a married guy, wasn't gay.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I know. It was like, that's pretty smart of him.
Hey, Select Pet. Thank you for watching Ed's live stream on a replay. Much appreciated.
Yeah, unless you want to watch us now.
Well, he was driving, so he was watching the replay while driving. But I think he's here now. Or they.
Select Pet's super cool, man. His real life name is John.
I did not know that.
I'm trying to think, what should I do next? I don't know.
Only you can answer that, Ed, because only you know what you're going to be.
This is what I'd look like if I had a full beard.
You look more like a biker right now.
Yeah, well, yeah. I used to actually get that a lot when I worked at the old factory.
Alrighty. Moving along to our number 6 picks for movies. Ed's number 6 came out in 2006, coincidentally. It is one that I never saw, but remember seeing the trailer for and being like, I'm not watching that movie. It is The Hills Have Eyes.
Oh, yes. This is the closest thing to a slasher movie I have in my top 10. It's just freaky. It makes you think.
Now, my number 6 movie is a good old classic. It's Halloween, the original Halloween. Wonderful
My
movie.
favorite Halloween was that one by Rob Zombie.
Which one was that?
Halloween.
Oh.
By Rob. He bought the franchise.
Oh, that's right. That was the remake one, right? Or the sequel one, whatever. It was kind of weird how they phrased it.
Yeah. I actually think the second one might have been the coolest one. I don't know. It was the one where as soon as he gets out, he goes into a restroom and he's like hammering on the door, and there's this giant black guy who's like a biker guy or a trucker.
Yeah.
Trust me, buddy, you don't want to mess with 6'6", 360 pounds of bear. And he still keeps hitting it, and he opens it up, and then Bear's like, oh my God, I actually found somebody bigger than me. That was pretty cool. But he found clothes that would fit him.
I think the second one might be the first one I saw, and then I went back to the first one, and then I watched them all, and they just got weirder and weirder as they progressed upward. Tom Patterson has a guest, Ed. They said, are you going as Dog the Bounty Hunter?
No. That's probably a pretty good one, though. I never thought about that.
Yeah, I don't know that Halloween is on any of the streaming services, Mitch Mash Socks. I mean, you might be able to like rent it on YouTube or on demand or something, but I'm sure it's on like AMC or TCM will have it on. I think they were just playing them not that long ago, actually.
Sherry Moon Zombie, Rob Zombie's wife, is super hot.
Okay.
And she's an actress in all of his movies.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think I saw the full like newer one they made, but I heard it wasn't that bad. I heard they brought up a bunch of new old people from the original one, so it wasn't horrible. I
haven't even seen too many of the originals.
He is painting the bridge of his nose, I believe, and now his nostrils.
Yes.
Now, is that gold?
No, I think it's, I don't know. I think it's copper.
Okay, it's copper. All right. Alrighty then. Number 5 on Ed's list.
This one's sealed also.
So your first one must have been returned.
That's why
you shouldn't be able to sell used make. That's just disgusting. Anyway, number 5 again came out in 2005. Oddly enough, I'm starting to think Ed did this on purpose. Number 5 for Ed is The Descent.
Oh my God. That movie. That one will make you jump. Oh, so creepy. Oh, yes.
Now, my number 5 is the only movie that Ed and I copied for our top 10s. My number 5 is a classic film that made thousands of people never want to swim in the ocean again. Jaws. And if you haven't seen Jaws by now, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
Every good fish keeper should like Jaws.
You know, that's something we should do sometime. We should rank all the Jaws movies in our order of least to favorite.
I would start with 1, then I'd go with 2, and then I'd go with 3, and then I'd go with 4.
Yeah, I'd honestly, I'd only switch 2 around.
1 and 2?
No, I'd keep 1 as the best one. Okay, John Cox
I'm
does
so
not have
lucky
TV
my
service.
eyes are so squinty. You don't even see them.
Oh yeah, wow. Yes,
I'm
Mike's
afraid to put
product.
makeup too close to my eyeballs.
The original Jaws. Not that the sequels weren't bad, but after like the second one, they kind of went a little downhill. Just like a little dip. So John Cox apparently has no TV service, but he watches DVDs from the library every weekend or every week.
Dude is smart.
I remember our library used to have VHS tapes. You could not rent them if you weren't over the age of 18. And for some reason, my library card said I was a child, even though I was 20 years old.
Well, it's probably because they saw what you're checking out and was assuming.
Candy also says that you're cute, Ed.
Oh.
Also, hello, Candy.
I bet Candy knows how to put makeup on an eyeball better than me. Oh, man, I got some on the eyelashes.
Oh, no. So, number 4. This is a good movie. Number 4 for Ed came out in 2010. It is Insidious.
Oh, yeah, that's a creepy movie. That one made me think.
Now, my number 4 is one of the only horror films that has ever scarred me to the point where I didn't want to go to sleep after seeing it, which I have 2 of those on my list. And the first one is
you were allowed to see Insidious.
Well, that came in 2010, Ed. I was 18. So my number 4 is the original Jeepers Creepers.
Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get them? Jeepers. Great movie.
It is a wonderful movie. I knew the song before I knew the film. And I remember, I think I watched it on Sci-Fi.
The song came out like in the 50s.
True. I just didn't know there was a movie.
Cool.
Candy also says she might know a thing or two about makeup. Are you like the farmer's insurance of makeup, Candy? You know a thing or two because you've seen a thing or two? See, now I'm thinking I'm closer to what you actually are, but I'm still not going to say it. The Jeepers Creepers is... No, not a panda.
I'm thinking I could be a panda right now.
So Rico saw...
Also.
Oh. So Rico saw Jaws for the first time as a child on a Saturday morning while they were eating scrambled eggs with ketchup. They got to the first part where they saw the body and they never ate ketchup and eggs again. Wonderful story. You know, Kenny, I almost put Beetlejuice on the list, but it wasn't up there enough for me to put it. Because I was thinking of movies that I can sit there and just watch and watch and watch and not get tired of them. I can only take Beetlejuice so many times. So that's why it's not on my list.
My Michael Keaton movie was White Noise.
Okay.
So I can't put him in twice.
True. Candy. You know, Pam wins. She says you're going as Bob. I mean, you know, Bob could have pissed off one of his fish and they gave him 2 black eyes.
Yep.
Oh.
When's the last time you saw Bob with a beard? Oh, well, he does have a beard sometimes.
Pam says you'll need to get some boxers with hearts first before you can go as Bob, though. So yes, Jeepers Creepers. It's just a interesting. I don't know. It's just so well done, and the whole thing with the years and everything. It's just a very good movie. If you haven't seen it, you got to go watch it. All right. Now, before we get to our top 3s, we do have our honorable mentions. So Ed's honorable mention was his original number 7, but he dropped it from the list because White Noise was better in his opinion. And his honorable mention is The Cube.
Yes. that movie, that demented me, if anything demented me. It's so creepy. Have you seen it?
I don't
It's
think
It's
so.
almost a sci-fi. Because I don't know if it's a prison or what, but the people are put into this box. Maybe just a bunch of random people, and they want to see if they can outsmart the boxes. But there's like a million boxes, and they're always shifting. So it's like a Rubik's Cube.
Oh.
They have to get to the end because it's a puzzle. But there's different challenges in different boxes.
Interesting.
And, sometimes it's just like a chainsaw that's flinging around, or sometimes it's laser. Sometimes it's filled with water. And you don't know. Sometimes it's the dead people from before.
Now that came out in 97, according to your list here. Do you think that might have inspired the people that made Saw?
I'm trying to think when the first Saw movie came out. I don't really care for horror movies, even though Saws are kind of interesting.
The first Saw came out in 2004.
Oh. And what year did this come out?
You have 97 written down.
Okay, then.
I mean, it's possible. I would just, because it sound when you mentioned the puzzles and stuff, I'm like, that kind of seems like the torturous puzzles and junk and Saw.
Yeah, except the whole room is the problem.
True.
There's a video game that you can play it, basically, and you go for... Cheppy was playing it with a couple of his friends one night. He kept dying. It was hilarious.
Now, my honorable mention is another wonderful children's Halloween movie starring the Olsen twins. It's Double Double, Toil and Trouble. I remember I watched it as a kid, and I was like, this is a really cool movie. And then I got older, and I kind of forgot it existed until I remembered that there was a Halloween movie with them in it. And then I Googled what it was, and I remembered that I actually liked the movie. Basically, they have their grandmother is a witch and her sister's a witch, but her sister's an evil witch, and she locked the good grandmother in like a mirror or something. And then the girls have to get the grandmother out of the mirror. Again, it's a children's film.
I'd be lying if I haven't bought it. Or if I've bought the movie.
Okay.
I've never seen it. Every Christmas, I used to buy an Olsen twin movie for my buddy Joe. It was like his gift. It's all these Olsen twin DVDs on his shelf.
Was there a reason for it, or are they just gag gifts?
It's a gag gift.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Joe was like 10 years older than me. And so I was like 30, so he was in his 40s.
All right. All right. Now we're going to get into our top threes. I have one horror film. The other two are just Halloween movies that I love and I can watch a bajillion times and never get tired of them. Ed's list.
Honorable mention.
Yes, this was our honorable mention.
Thank God. Okay.
There's a reason it's an honorable mention and not on the actual list. All right, Ed's number 3. Now this is the only one he did not put a year on.
Yes.
It was The Conjuring.
The Conjuring? I thought it was Night of Evil Dead that I didn't put the date on. The Conjuring, I think it came out maybe the same time as Insidious.
Yeah, I think they were around similar times, yes. The Conjuring came out in 2013.
Yeah, well, and it's like, and that one's actually the whole series. That's why I didn't put it on there.
Oh, okay.
All those Annabelles are great.
Yes, they are.
Creepy. They even have a Mexican one.
Oh.
It's a Mexican witch, and they didn't even tell anybody it was part of the series. And then you see the priest that's dealing with Annabelle in the movie with Annabelle. John Cox, that's actually a great movie. He says No Children of the Corn.
I don't think either one of us put that on a list.
Never saw it.
Oh,
I don't like kid movies.
well, I mean, they're demonic children that live in corn.
Yeah, well, so
Also-
are Harry Potter, and I didn't watch that.
Scott, unfortunately, no, there is no Great Pumpkin on the list. No Charlie Brown Halloween. That one didn't make the cut either. I honestly forgot about that one. My number 3 is the original adaptation of Stephen King's It that was done as a miniseries on television with Tim Curry playing Pennywise the Clown.
I think it was a movie. I thought The Stand was the miniseries. I thought The Stand was the miniseries. I thought that It was a movie.
Well, originally it was a 2-part miniseries, or I think it was 4-part, might have been on TV, which is why they couldn't do a bunch of like gory stuff with it. They had to kind of dumb it down.
Okay, I don't know if I really ever saw it.
Oh, it's one of the movies.
I love Stephen King King books, but I generally don't watch the movies.
The movies aren't.
One Stephen King movie that almost made my list. It was Cujo.
Oh, I almost put Cujo on mine too.
The first time you see Cujo, it's amazing, but if you ever watch it again, it's the boringest slow movie in the history of movies. It's a one-time see.
I almost put Cujo on mine. And then the only other Stephen King movie I really remember is The Langoliers.
That's pretty good. It's from a short story.
Yeah, the movie wasn't horrible, but I mean the special effects were god awful. There was the Mist or the Fog a Stephen King one as well.
Yeah, and that's nothing like the story. It's pretty good.
Well, that's what I've heard. I heard that the movie was like nothing like the book.
It's just part of a story. It's like
okay.
It's a really small one.
So yeah, if you haven't seen the original,
make you think.
I don't. I mean, I like reading, but when I read, I like to read nonfiction instead of fiction books. So I usually do fiction books on tape because it's easier for me. But I do eventually want to read some Stephen King or listen to Stephen King rather. But
Needful Things is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you haven't seen the It with Tim Curry, you probably should. Don't compare it to the new one, though, because they are completely different. I think the new ones follow the books more than this did. But again, this one was also made for TV and not as a movie, so it could only be PG-13.
I never read those books or that book.
So they kind of had to sacrifice on certain things. But then my buddy read the book, and he's like, the book is completely disturbing. And there's also a giant turtle in it, and it's weird. Also, yes, all in tanks. The Mist movie was completely sad at the end.
Why?
Because I think, didn't they all shoot themselves in the truck?
Oh, that's right. They shot themselves 5 minutes too early.
And then the army came through like 2 minutes after. Let's get a close up here on Ed and see how his progress is going. I kind of have the same idea, but now I'm thinking something else possibly. But I'm going to stick to my guns with my original idea. Alrighty. Moving on to our number 2 movies. Ed's number 2 movie came out in 2007. It is Paranormal Activity.
Oh my God. That movie, when I went to see it, they advertised like zero for the movie. It had this like no budget whatsoever, the original one. And my brother and I, every other Friday night or Saturday night, we would go out, get a steak, and watch a movie together.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to go see that. And we're like, well, let's go see this Paranormal Activity. I've heard nothing about it. And he said the same. We walked in, and that thing was great. I was thinking it was going to be something with like a gypsy or something stupid. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. That made me jump the whole time.
I think the way it was done was pretty good too. The way they shot it and the way they made it like a home movie documentary kind of thing.
Oh my gosh. The whole thing was, and I mean, It was so creepy because you're always looking for stuff and stuff would never happen.
Mm-hmm. Also, quick hello. Hello, Big Tank Hanks. Glad you could join us.
Hey, Hank.
Yeah, that's a good description, Mismatch. It was kind of meh, and then like the last, it was just like, wow, mind blowing. Well,
there was one of the sequels that had the Game Pro that, or one of those game systems that shot green dots all over the wall and would watch your movements so you could play the game and dance to it. And you see the demon through the dots.
Oh, I don't think I ever saw that one. That might have been the last one.
That freaked me out so bad. I will never buy one of those.
Well, it's almost like a lot of horror films now are using Snapchat filters or other camera filters as like a suspense builder, because people have said that they'll be like using their phones with the filters and it'll pick up faces behind them when there's nobody there. So I think some of the like horror film and suspense film industry is picking up on that. There's a new one that's coming out. It might already be out, that has a kid who has autism, and that they use that filter in there. But I digress. There's Ed in all his painted up glory. Now my number
looking
two,
less like me.
my number two film is another classic movie that came out in 93, I think. It's a movie I could watch 1,000 times and never get bored with it. It has Bette Midler in it. It's Hocus Pocus.
God.
It's Hocus Pocus.
I've never seen that one either.
Oh, Ed, Zen won't be happy that you've never seen Hocus Pocus.
I think I told her that earlier.
You told us last week that you'd never seen it.
You knew that.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, Hocus Pocus is a great movie. It's about three sister witches that are trying to suck the life force out of children in Salem, Massachusetts. But the townspeople find out and hang them. But then they come back when a virgin lights the black flame candle. And then the cat of the brother turned into a cat. And they have to try and kill the witches without letting them suck the lives out of all the children. Because it's like the 21st century and no one believes in witches anymore, so they can pretty much do whatever they want. But it's a wonderful film. The replayability on it's amazing. I think my aunt and uncle watch it every time it's on TV. I'm not that obsessed, but I could watch it a bunch of times and not get tired of it.
Well, that's cool.
So Mismatched Sock says they nearly didn't get a baby monitor when their son was born because of signs.
What did the sign say?
The movie Signs.
That was an alien movie, wasn't it?
Well, I think so. I almost thought they were going to say Paranormal Activity, because wasn't there freaky stuff going on with the baby monitor in that one too?
Probably. I think I just messed that up.
Oh, John Cox. You can't say Hocus Pocus is not a good movie. That hurts my soul.
It sounds just pathetic.
It hurts. All right.
Terrible.
On to our number one movies. This is the movie that Ed and I repeated. Ed's number one movie is Jaws.
Oh, yes. God, I love Jaws. I own a couple of Jaws shirts and a Jawa shirt.
It is a wonderful movie. It's another
For
one.
how old it is?
Yeah, it has withheld the test of time.
Now, if I put makeup on my lips, will it get into my mouth?
Maybe. Are you licking your lips?
Can you ask one of the girls how lipstick works?
I know it'll get on their teeth. Candy, how does lipstick work? Will Ed get makeup inside of his mouth? As long as you're not licking your lips, it shouldn't be that bad.
Maybe I should do a different color. Maybe I should go black.
I think the original Jaws will always stand the test of time. The other one's meh. But the original one will definitely, I think, always hold up. Because they didn't do too much crazy stuff with special effects and CGI. Now, speaking of giant shark... Oh, Candy says don't lick your lips. LOL.
Oh my God! Now you want.
Speaking of giant shark movies, I watched The Meg finally.
Oh, good.
I loved the movie except for the very end. The very end to me was kind of like, really? This is how you're going to end the movie?
Oh, I knew I was gonna have a Jason Statham end like that.
Well, I didn't mind how he killed
They probably
the
let him
shark.
choreograph it, I bet.
Well, yeah, I didn't mind that part. The part I minded was all the other animals showing up.
I don't remember.
All the other sharks in the water showed up to eat the megalodon.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that's kind of a BS way to end the movie. Hello, Guppy Guru. How's it going, Peter? Glad to have you here. You've come in for the tail end of our ranking game. Ed and I have ranked our top 10s. I have not mentioned mine yet, but mine is the original Halloween Town, another Disney movie.
God. Okay.
It's an amazing movie. Again, it's one that I watch every year on Halloween. My top 3 are the one I watch every Halloween.
Can you ask Peter what he's going to be for Halloween this year? Because he likes to do Halloween.
Peter, Ed would like to ask what you're going to be for Halloween this year.
Oh, yeah. I guess he could just hear me. I'm not paying any attention to chat.
Also, Peter says that Halloween Town is his favorite, too. So now it's 2 against 1, Ed.
Are you guys both millennials?
I mean, I think he's, 2 or 3 years younger than me? So technically, he also says he watches it every 2 months. I'll put it on randomly in July or June when I'm bored. But it's one of those movies.
My favorite cartoons was called Rack Pack.
I don't. Oh, Peter's going to be the creature from the Black Lagoon. Another one that we could have put on our list.
Yeah, well, it was on my list last night.
Was it? Oh.
Well, it got honorable mention. It's like I collect Creature from the Black Lagoon stuff.
Ah, okay.
I had the toy thing that you put in your fish tank when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Then went up and down. Gosh, I wish I still had that.
Yes, Peter says he's 26, so yes, he is a millennial. I knew he was a couple years younger than me. Peter, when exactly is your birthday? Have you had your 26th birthday, or are you turning 27? Also, let's see. Scott says that when Jaws first came out, parents took him to see it when he was 10. He jumped and scared his mother, and she smacked the crud out of him for scaring her.
Why would he jump his mother?
The movie must have made him jump scare. There's 19. God, your 19-year-old wouldn't have even been. They weren't alive when Halloween Town came out, were they? When did the original one come out? 98. Yeah, I don't think your 19-year-old would have been alive, would they? But no, the old Disney Channel movies were good. The new ones are just crap. Anyway, let's move on to Ed's other 10 movies that he also picked. All right.
I like movies.
I mean, I do too. I would have come up with 10 more, but all right. Ed's first one that did not make it, which was just number 20, is Tremors, which came out in 1990, 2 years before I was born.
Tremors is a classic horror type, or not horror, but monster movie.
Now, was that the one where there were giant worms under the ground?
Yes, the first one.
I was going to say,
there's 8 of them, and all the rest suck ass.
Well, didn't they just make a new one?
Oh, they're always making them.
I was going to say, I thought they just made a brand new one.
Yeah, they had one that it was Tremors in Africa, and it was a different type of dinosaur worm.
Okay.
But they got one of the guys to come back and kill it, but not Kevin Bacon.
No, I think they just remade it, Peter, if you're talking about Tremors, because I could have sworn I saw it on somewhere.
Oh.
Mismatched Sock says that the first time they saw The Exorcist, they were in their college dorm by themselves in the dark, got to the horror part, and the little girl in the room above me dropped something, and they jumped so hard they fell out of their chair. Yes, they came out with 4 Halloween Towns all in tanks, but only 1 through 3 are any worth watching. All right, let's get a Ed Cam.
It's coming along.
It's looking good. All right, on Ed's next movie is Pandorum. Is that how you say that, Ed?
Oh gosh. And it's the name of a spaceship that went into space. Pernicium.
Oh, Prometheus?
Prometheus, maybe. It had Dennis Quaid in it.
Prometheus. Maybe it's not Prometheus? Let me type in what you typed and see if it comes up. Oh, no, it is Pandorum. Or whatever, however it's pronounced. Came out in 2009.
Yeah, my grandma died, and I went to that after the funeral.
Oh. Well, that's sad. Now, did you like it because the description says it has elements of Lovecraft in it?
No, I never even read that.
Oh.
I didn't know that. I liked it because it's like freaky and it's in space, and I liked it.
Oh, okay. All good reasons.
I don't know. It was just it was freaky. I like Dennis Quaid too.
So no, Ed did not mistype. That is the actual name of the film. Though Prometheus is another good movie. Just I wouldn't really classify it as a Halloweenish horror film. All right. Ed's number 18, one that didn't make the cut, is a classic film that if you haven't seen it by now, again, I don't know what you're doing with your life. It's
I went
the
with
original,
a lot of classics on this side.
the original Jurassic Park.
Oh, look at that. You're putting them up there. That looks pretty neat. Yeah, actually, you know, the first Jurassic Park, I was working at the movie theater in college at that time, and we could see free movies, but it wasn't at our theater, but we traded movies with other theaters, you know, go into theirs and they could go, and they saved us a row that night. So all of us went in with our uniforms on and took a whole row. It was so awesome. And it was, I think, like one of the first movies ever in Adobe sound, you know, that surround sound. It was so awesome and spooky and wonderful. I loved it. I read the book afterwards.
Okay. Now I have only ever seen the movie. It's a great movie.
The book is a horror book.
I was gonna say, how different is the book from the movie?
They're pretty close.
Okay.
The first movie and the second movie are like the book all put together. It's kind of cool.
Okay.
But it starts off, I'm pretty sure now, it's been since I think I read the book in like 85 or 86. But it started out with those little hopping dinosaurs, you know, the little lizards.
The little, yeah.
They'd already got on to mainland like Peru and different places, and they were eating babies in their cribs.
Oh.
Yeah, and they were like eating their faces first. It was like a horror movie.
All right. Ed's next movie that did not make the top 10 is Jeepers Creepers, which I had on my top 10. So when we add to Ed's extended, we did copy another movie from each other. So what was it about Jeepers Creepers that you liked, Ed?
I I just liked it. I don't know. When I first saw it, I thought it was going to be super hokey, and it was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
Boy.
when you like first see it, you think it's going to be terrible, and then you watch it, and you're like, "Oh, this is actually pretty good."
I know. It seems so hokey, but the monster's actually pretty legit.
Mm.
His van is awesome. His house with all the dead bodies. Just...
Now, have you seen the 2 sequels?
Yes.
And what did you think of the sequels?
Well, that's when you get into the van more.
True.
I like concepts of groups of people, societies coming back and getting revenge on evil.
Okay.
Because I like the good guy element.
All right, so you liked that one. What about the school bus one?
Yeah, I thought that was equally as creepy.
Yeah, that one was definitely. I like the fact that they were able to capture the creature.
Yeah, that's cool.
Pam says that Lake Placid should have been in a top 10.
It was yesterday.
Oh, okay.
It was my. Let me see. Lake Placid was tied with Crawl for number 5.
Oh, okay.
On my movie last night. What I did was, because I love movies, I did just monsters from the water.
Okay. I'm assuming
Jaws is a crossover.
I was gonna say I'm assuming Jaws was on that list as well.
Yeah, well, it'd be on every list I have, except for like romances.
Was Deep Blue Sea on the list?
Yes.
That's a
Deep Blue Sea is number 2.
Okay, good choice. That's a good movie. I didn't even think to put that on a list. Figured Jaws covers the sharks pretty well. All right.
Yeah.
Ed's number 16 pick is Evil Dead.
Yes. Now,
I don't think I've ever seen this one.
Bruce Campbell is hilarious and awesome. Raimi is the guy who was the director. He did the Spider-Man movies that were pretty good, the original ones with Tobey Maguire. He also did like the Hercules and Xena shows.
Okay. Those were good shows.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. So they were kind of bad, but then they were kind of creepy at the same time. I love Army of Darkness, but I wouldn't say it was a horror. I would say it's an adventure.
Oh, okay.
That was the 4th movie, I think. And now there's a TV show.
Oh. Now, Ed's number 15 is a twofer. It is, they came out 1 year apart, so 80 and 81. It is Friday the 13th, number 1 and 2.
Yeah, the first 2 were really good. And then they just turned into basically how's Jason going to kill the person next. There's actually one Friday the 13th I liked the most. And you see, I always liked the hero aspect. And it was this girl that had kinetic powers and like kicked his ass.
Oh.
That one was so cool, but I don't even know what number that was. But she could like shoot nails into him and throw him around, and she like chains and wrapped it around him and threw him in the ocean or in the lake.
Oh, okay. Now,
she was awesome.
Now is Jason X a remnant of that movie? One of those, or no?
Is that the Jason in space?
Yeah. Is it the same person?
Yeah. Same movie, franchise.
I think that was one of the first ones I saw.
That's too bad.
I just remember, him being there and then getting his like super duper upgrade from the medical thing.
And that might be the only one I ever saw at the movie theater other than the one Jason versus Freddy. I saw that at the theater. Okay. But normally I don't see these at the theater. But I saw that one because he was wearing a hockey mask.
Yeah.
Always hockey mask. I was playing hockey and he had like a modern mask.
Okay. I think I've since have gone back and watched Jason X, and I did not like it rewatching it. When I was younger, I loved it. Now I don't like it as much. All right. Ed's number 14 is again another classic. Came out in 1984. It is Nightmare on Elm Street,
The first one.
the OG.
It made you not want to sleep.
I never saw that one. I didn't see the Nightmare on Elm Streets. I didn't see Friday the 13th, and I didn't see Halloween's as a kid. I think I was in my mid-teens when I first saw those. So I don't think they were as creepy as if I was like 5 or 6 and watching them.
Yeah, that's fair.
So what are your thoughts on Nightmare on Elm Street, Ed?
Yeah, I thought the first one was terrifying. I really liked the character in the first movie. I didn't really care for it afterwards.
Mm-hmm. All right, now do we have any updated guesses on what Ed is? I'm debating changing what I was gonna say now. Your nose is throwing me off.
That's weird.
Okay, apparently it's Friday the 13th, part 7 that has the girl with the kinetic powers.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I liked it. Who said that?
All in Tanks.
Nice job, all in tanks.
All right. Another classic horror film. Came out in 1973. It is The Exorcist.
Yeah. It spawned so many good movies from it, too. Now, I left out the black and white classics.
Okay. You didn't want to put Nosferatu on there?
No. Funny story, though. I think I told a little bit maybe last week or in one of our other streams was we always had a Halloween party in St. Louis. Well, they still do, just without me. But we would shoot the movies on this giant white boarding home for mentally ill girls.
Uh-huh.
It was like a 4-story building, but we did like Nosferatu on the wall. So funny. We read them from the University of Missouri. They were actually film projectors.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Chat would like a hint, Ed. Would you give them a hint?
If they saw last night's episode, you saw what my arm looked like.
Okay,
show on last night.
I guess that's your hint, y'all. You had to be there last night to get your hint. All right. Ed's next
Dry
movie.
ice is involved with this outfit. I literally bought a pound of dry ice for this costume.
Oh.
I'm going to have to do my ears really fast afterwards.
Okay. So, Ed's next film that did not make his top 10 came out in 1979. Now, I don't think I've seen this one, but I have seen some of the spin-off ones. Oh, no, I have seen this one. What am I saying? I have seen this one. Don't listen to me. It is Alien.
If you guys want me to, I could run and put it on while he talks. It would take me about 5 minutes to put the outfit on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Aliens, classic movie, super good. If you want to see a version in the water, watch Leviathan. It came out in 1989. It's exactly the same thing except underwater.
All right.
Okay, so I'll be back, and hopefully
You go do that.
And I'll have everything but the ears. Actually, I'm going to do the ears real fast.
Go ahead. You're fine.
Actually, I'll do the ears on camera. I just won't hear you.
All right. Okay. So, and of course, his last one is one I don't think I've seen. So I'm going to Google right quick and see what it's about. Or we can just wait till Ed gets back and talk about it. Now, Trying to think of what I could have. I guess I could have added Deep Blue Sea if I had to extend my list, because that's a good one. I could have put Friday the 13th. It's always a good one. I didn't even consider putting Jurassic Park on my list. What are some movies that you guys would have put on your top 10 lists? As Ed paints up his ears here. Also, does everyone like my spooky, gifts on the sides? Dawn of the Dead, okay. Now, the original or the remake that Ed mentioned? Oh, Psycho. Yeah, I thought about putting Psycho on mine too, but it's one that I have not seen a lot. So I tried to put, like I said, ones that I've watched a lot and they have, oh, excuse me, in that I don't mind rewatching over and over again. Like, I almost put Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds on my list, because that's just a classic friggin' movie. Anyone that hasn't seen The Birds yet should probably watch it. Okay, both of them. I don't think I've ever seen the newer one. I've seen the original one. And I just got to say, the ending is super screwed up. All right, Ed has disappeared from the screen. He'll be back, though. He's going to go put his arm or whatever on. Now, Amityville Horror. Oh, I just gave you your first migraine in 5th grade. I've never heard of a film causing someone's migraines. Well, I mean, starting them down the road of migraines. In 5th grade, that's a little early to have one. Scary stories to tell in the dark. Okay. I just had a movie. Oh, Silent Hill. I could have put Silent Hill on my list too. But like I said, I was trying to do Halloween movies, not just like spooky horror movies kind of thing. So I tried to give a nice, well-rounded list, which is why I didn't put Silent Hill on mine. But Silent Hill is a wonderful, wonderful film. Super creepy how it ends. Let's see, Silence of the Lambs. That's another one I almost put on mine. But it's one that I haven't watched a lot. Like, if it's on, I'll watch it. But it's not one that I'm just going to turn on and sit and watch. I'm tired. I went to bed. I only got like 5 hours sleep last night. Ooh, Pet Sematary. Now, the original Pet Sematary or the remake, because they're remaking everything these days. I'm also going to ask, which Purge did you like the best? Personally, I liked the second one the best, though I haven't seen the newer one with like the politician lady. I think that one would be an interest. I have to watch that one at some point. No, Coco. No, Coco does no. No, Coco. Coco's technically not even a Halloween film. It's a Dias de los Muertos movie, so it's a Day of the Dead movie, which is technically not Halloween. I did not know it was a book, personally, Dragon Lair. Now, was there a sequel or something to it? I vaguely remember there being a sequel or something to Silence of the Lambs, unless I'm thinking of a flashback or something in the movie itself. Never seen Young Frankenstein. Oh, I could have put an Abbott and Costello one. Wasn't there an Abbott and Costello in The Mummy or something? I remember I watched that for a film class. The Shining. That would have been a good one. But again, my list was purely like Halloween movies, whereas Ed's was more like horror films or creepy films. Us was a creepy movie. But I've only seen it once, just like I've only seen Get Out once, so I didn't want to include them. There was one with a mirror and the woman who played Amy Pond on Doctor Who. And I can't remember what it was called. And it was a great film. What was that one called? Horror films with a mirror. That's probably going to give you a bajillion things. Oculus? Was it Oculus? Yes, it was Oculus. Oculus was an interesting, suspenseful, mess with your heads movie. Strangers. I don't think I've seen Strangers. Oh, well, I just clicked over to YouTube. Apparently that our very own Kaler's Aquatics is going to be on Silence Gals Aquatics live stream in about 20-ish minutes. So when we do end and wrap this up, I hope you all go over there and see what's going on with Carrie and Bob. Yeah, I've never seen that one either, John Cox, unfortunately. Y'all give me a couple that I can go watch. There was another one that like a town all had babies on the same day. And they were like aliens or something, or like they were, what was that called? Is it this one? Is it did I find it by Google? That's the weirdest thing I think I've ever Googled. Yes, it was called Village of the Damned. Good movie. Let's see. Let me read you the synopsis right quick. So it says, one day, the peaceful village of Midwich is cast into a mysterious sleep for several hours, but with no obvious consequences, until soon all the women are of childbearing age turn to be pregnant. The children are born at the same time and grow up quickly into very spooky young people with strange white blonde hair and eerie eyes. I remember it came on after something else, and I just remembered watching it being like, this is really, really weird. But one of those weirds where it's like a train wreck kind of weird and you can't stop watching it, but it ended up not being a train wreck. It was a good movie. So if you haven't seen Village of the Damned, that one I could have probably put on here as well. And, shameless plug while Ed is gone. We are super close to 200 subs on the channel. I believe we're 12 away now. When we do hit 12, we're doing a giveaway. We're giving away a fish tank. We're giving away a gift card to KT Tropical's website. We might also do a gift card either to Co-op or Dance Fish. I haven't decided yet, but the other two we're definitely doing. So, if you guys want to share out the channel or anything, get us those last 12. That would be much appreciated. I am trying to get back on doing a video at least every other week now. I don't want my channel to just be live streams. Also, I guess I could ask, what are you guys being for Halloween if you're getting dressed up? Is the Brick Wall a movie, Pam? Or are you referring to the Pink Floyd something? I just realized the gifts are off on the pumpkins, and it's throwing me off. Hey, Herp Diversity, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you all here. Yeah, I think that does tend to be the case, John, that the movies don't incorporate enough of the books, and the books are always better. Like in the It books, I think both movies at this point, or adaptations of it, have cut out the part entirely where like the kids talk to the interdimensional tortoise or turtle that like tells them how they can stop it. I don't think either book or either movie has really touched on that from what I remember. I still remember one of my friends read the book and he was like, this is super creepy. Oh, Ed is back. Okay. Okay, he's...
I'm a robot.
Oh.
I tore this all up. I'm going to have steam coming out of my pipe, but I can't hear you guys because I put makeup in my ears and I can't put on the earphones. So thank you everybody for showing up, and I'm going to let Lefty call it off.
Alrighty, so Ed is getting ready. He's going to go to his party now. I think he's turning off his camera. Okay, yes, Ed is gone. So I'm going to go full screen. Hello, everybody. I also have a party to get ready for. I got some buddies coming over. So I want to thank Candy and Guppy Guru and James from Fish and Fever for modding the channel stream today. Ed for being here. You should be able to see me. Ed for being here. Doing a wonderful stream. Carrie Aquatic, or Science Gal Aquatics, go live in 19 minutes. She's got Bob Kaler on. So make sure you head over there and give her some love. And Ed will be streaming tomorrow night with James on Saturday Night Fever. You guys will probably see me in the chat. You'll probably also see me in every other chat, between now and next Friday. I'll be here next Friday with Ed again around 4:15, like always. God knows what we're going to talk about because we actually had a plan this week. Next week, we're probably not going to have a plan. We're just going to get on and talk and do random stuff. We'll be back to our game of the week. But yeah, thank you all for showing up. It was super fun. Ed looked great in his costume. Hopefully he posts pictures on Instagram or Facebook or something. But I will catch you guys next week. And thank you so much for hanging out. And have a wonderful Halloween.